The FV4034 Challenger 2 is the principal combat tank of the UK. It is used in conflict zones like Iraq, as well as in drills with partner nations across the world. The equipment a Challenger 2 really possesses, and how successfully it would enable it to compete against other, occasionally more recent rivals like the US M1 Abrams or the German Leopard 2A6 to A7+, seems to be the subject of considerable confusion. Before we examine his performance metrics, we should first consider what a Challenger 2 is and why it exists. Third-generation Challenger 2, BT, and Russian T-80 all belong to the same generation, US M1 Abrams and German Leopard 2. It is the direct successor to the FV4030 Challenger 1, an early third-generation MB, and even though they share the same name, they only share about 3% of the Challenger's original MBT model's interchangeable parts. The Challenger was designed by Vickers Defense Systems, now BAE, as a private venture in 1980. An agreement for a demonstration vehicle was completed by 1989. The MOD placed an order in 1991. Comparison. For this comparison, we will mainly focus on what the Challenger 2 is equipped with and will compare the equipment to the US and 1A2A, the German Leopard 2A6, and the Russian T-90. The two main parts of an MBT are the gun and the armor. The British put a very high emphasis on the armor protection of the crew, and this is where we will begin. Armor. The armor of the Challenger 2 is among the best in the world. It is equipped with second-generation chop-hum armor. This generation is known as Dorchester, which is said to be around 2 times stronger than steel during the conflict. It can also have even more armor added with explosive reactive armor kits, and additional bar armor can also be fitted. Comparing this to the other MBTs, the M1A uses first-generation Burlington Cho-Hum armor, as well as depleted uranium armor and reactive armor over the skirts. In comparison, the T-90 has 2-tier armor protection, consistent with composite armor and explosive reactive. Different again is the Leopard 2A6, which has core space armor and composite armor, rumored to be based on TOFM armor. While this is on the front, the sides and rear can only protect against heavy machine guns and older tank ammunition. However, in recent years, modular armor has become available for the tank for different combat situ. That increased the armor potential armament. The Challenger 2 is fitted with the Royal Ordnance L30A1 tank gun. The L30A1 is of the same family as the world's record-holding L11, a 5-gun, which was equipped by Challenger 1, to which a similar record is held by Challenger 2. The L30 is 120 millimeters in diameter and 55 calibers long and made from high textiles with AC chromium alloy lining. This is the only gun fitted to a NATO tank that is rifled. Other features include a thermal, fume extraction, and all-electric stabilization. The reason for the rifling is that the British Army placed a premium upon the use of HASH ammunition, as well as armor-piercing fence stabilized to scaring sabot rounds. A PEFSDS. The HESH rounds have a much longer range, up to 5 miles, than a PEFSDS, and are much more effective against buildings, as well as thinner skin vehicles. Challenger 2 can carry 49 main armament rounds, a mixture of the aforementioned HESH and APFSDS, as well as white phosphorus smoke rounds. In comparison, the M12 Abrams is equipped with a 120 mm L/44 and 256 smoothbore of guns, of which 42 rounds can be carried like Challenger 2. APFSDS rounds are used unlike Challenger 2. It can also be used with anti-personnel canisters and heat rounds. The Leopard 2A6 uses a very similar gun to the Abrams, the L55, which is slightly longer. It also incorporates a newer APFSDS round and a multipurpose anti-tank projectile, MPAT Rheinmetall. The manufacturer has also developed an upgrade that allows the gun to fire anti-tank guided missiles like the Challenger. It also has a chromium-lined barrel. The Russian T-90 is equipped with a 125mm smoothbore gun which, similar to the others, fires APFSDS routes, and like the Abrams and Leopard to use as heat. The T-90 can also use high explosive fragmentation, ammunition, and anti-tank guided missile. Fire control. The fire control on the Challenger 2, although not revolutionary now, is still competitive, using a digital fire control computer to control all of the sighting instruments. The Commander has a panoramic gyro-stabilized sight with a laser rangefinder, as well as 8 periscopes, given 360-degree vision. Challenger 2 is also fitted with thermal observation and can recite 2, which provides night vision and thermal imaging, which is displayed on the Commander's and Gunner's monitors. Combined, all this is called hunter-killer optics. While the Gunner is engaging the target, the Commander designates another. When the original target is destroyed, the direct turn automatically, and the process begins again. Similarly, the Abrams has fitted with a ballistic fire control computer that uses a user and system input to work out the lead angle, ammunition type, and range. Along with many other data points, the final data is transmitted to the Gunner or Commander given a 95% head ratio. Furthermore, Abrams is also fitted with hunter-killer optics, and this year the Abrams sights are receiving an upgrade. The fire control systems in the T-90 and Leopard 26 are very similar to that of both Challenger 2 and the M1A Mobility. The Challenger 2 is fitted with the Perkins 26.6-liter diesel engine, which has 1,200 brake horsepower. This goes through an 8-speed ear. It travels on second-generation hydro-grass suspension with a hydraulically adjustable double-pin track. All this gives it a maximum speed on a road of 36 miles per hour and 25 miles per hour off-road. The range of Challenger 2 has recently been stated as 550 kilometers by the British Army. This is, however, only on road. The T-90's prime mover is the B-92C diesel engine, which produces 1,000 horsepower. The T-90 has a top speed of 37 miles per hour and a range on the road of 550 kilometers, the same as the Challenger 2, although the T-90 uses torsion bar suspension. The Leopard 2 A6 also uses torsion bar suspension, but has a much more powerful engine at just over 1,450 horsepower. This engine is also diesel-powered, but has a multi-fuel capability. Mobility is the priority of the A6, and with a top speed of 45 miles per hour is considered the fastest main battle. The Abrams is different, as it has a 1,500 horsepower gas-to-buy engine. Then torsion bar suspension propels it along at a speed of 42 miles per hour on road, although off-road its top speed is only 25 miles per hour.